How are you doing, Primary 2? This is Chapter 6, Lessons 58, 59, and 60. Telling time. How can you read the clock? How can you read the clock to know the time that you can see? We have analog clocks. What is the meaning of analog clocks? It's a clock with two hands. It has two arrows to show the time. The short hand is always for the hours. The long hand is always for the minutes. So you have two arms, a short one and a long one. The short for the hours, the long for the minutes. And remember, the word minute is longer than the word hour. So the arm of the minutes is longer than the arm of the hour. In the next page, we have two types of clock. We have analog clock and digital clock. For the analog, we said we have two hands. When the minute hand is pointing to 12, you can read the time as a clock, o'clock. In this example, the minute hand is pointing to 12 and the hour's hand is pointing to 3. So this is 3 o'clock. That's because the minute is on 12. For the digital clock, when the minute hand is pointing to 12, the hour hand is pointing to 3, so you can write it as 3, 2 dots, 0, 0. As you can see, the blue clock, it's the small arm is on 2, the long arm on 12. So this is 2 o'clock or 2, 0, 0. The red one, the short hand is on 5, the long hand is on 12. So it's 5, 2 dots, 0, 0 or 5 o'clock. The yellow one, the short hand is on 9, the long hand on 12. So this is 9 o'clock or 9, 2 dots, 0, 0. In the next page, how many minutes in 1 hour? How many minutes you have in 1 hour? You have 1 hour equals 60 minutes. 1 hour equals 60 minutes. In this page, you can see the analog clock and the digital clock. The analog clock starts from 1 hour to 12. There is a short arm and a long arm. In the digital, it starts from 00, 05, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and go back to the 00. This is the analog clock and the digital clock. Telling time to half an hour. In this page, we are going to talk about telling time to half an hour. We said, what about the o'clock? When the long arm is pointing to 12, it's o'clock. So the long arm now is pointing to 6, and the short hand is pointing to the clock. This will be read as 1:30 or half past 1. 1:30 or half past 1. And in digital, it will be written as 1, 2 dots, 30, because the long arm is on 6. Let's see the next page, quarter past. In the quarter past, in the next page, when the big hand points to 3, it's quarter past the hour. We look at the little hand to see which number it just has gone. It's quarter past 11. The short arm is on 11, the long arm is on 3. So this is quarter past 11. What is the time now for these clocks? The first one, the blue one, the short hand is on 9, the long arm is on 12. So it's 9 o'clock or 9, 2 dots, 0, 0. The yellow one, it's quarter past 7. The small arm is on 7, the long arm is on 3. So it's quarter past 7. The red one, it's half past 8. The short arm is on 8, the long arm is on 6. The orange one, it's quarter to 2. The long arm is pointing to the 2. The short arm, is pointing to 2. The long arm is pointing to 9. So it's quarter to 2. The next one is telling time. We have 4 clocks. Let's start by the first one. The short arm is on 9. The long arm is on 12. So it's 9 o'clock and can be written in digital as 9, 2 dots, 0, 0. the girl next to him. The short arm pointing to 2, between 2 and 3, and the long arm is on 6. So it's half past 2. In digital, it's 2 dots 30. Down, you have the small arm pointing to 11, the long arm pointing to 3. So it's quarter past 11. In digital, it's 11, 2 dots 15. The last one, the small arm is going to between the 4 and 5. The long arm is on 9, so it's quarter to 5. It means it has 15 minutes to go to the 5. In digital, it's 4 because it's still in the 4. 4, 2 dots, 45. In the next page, you can see your book, page 90. These are examples that we can solve together. The first clock, it's 4 o'clock, so the small arm will be on 4, the long arm will be on 12. In digital, we will write it as 4, 2 dots, 0, 0. In the second one, it's half past 1. The small one is between 1 and 2. The long arm is on 6, so it's 1:30. In the next book, page 92. The small arm is pointing to 4, the long arm is pointing to 3. So it's 4:15. When you count, start counting from the 12 or from the 00. 5, 10, 15. So it's 4, 2 dots, 15. And finally, from your book, page 94, some examples from the book. You have 5 clocks written and 5 shapes of clocks. You have to match the right one. The first one will be quarter to 5, which means 4:45. The second one will be quarter past 2, which means 2:15. The third one will be quarter past 7, 7:15. The fourth one will be quarter to 1, 12:45. And the last one will be quarter past 3, that means 3:15. This is all for now. Thank you so much.